Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unmatched Style Design Review Podcast. As always, I'm Gene.
I'm Jay.
And we're going to look at a couple of sites today that I think are going to blow your mind. No?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Well, first of all, let's start with
sorry.
Let's start with Harmony Republic.
Yes.
We haven't put this on Unmatched Style yet. But
no, we haven't put this on Unmatched Style, and we may not.
We may not.
There's a specific reason for that, but let's first talk about the design of this thing.
Yeah. I think it's cool. It's got this really textured thing. You're seeing a lot of texture type stuff these days, but hey, I like texture. You know,
this design is beautiful. First
yeah,
off,
I'm not gonna go that far, but it's cool. It's good. It's got an unusual, a little bit of an unusual layout. We've got these little kind of marquee kind of things down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what it's about. You know, I mean, there's a cause, become a citizen. It's got sponsors, it's got features.
Yeah,
so I'm not really sure what it's about.
I need that little elevator pitch.
Yeah. Well, if you get down here, here it is.
Right.
You know, it's a nonprofit dedicated to funding and promoting.
That needs to be up, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool. But yeah, you're right. That needs to be up a little bit higher.
But I love the textures and the type. I love the typography. I know you weren't as enamored with it as I was. I think it's nice, and everything just has that sort of grainy, molded in feel.
I think the buttons are nice. I'm not so sure about like a lot of the spacing on this stuff is kind of weird. And kind of like that might lead us into kind of maybe one of the reasons we want to talk about this.
Right.
Is I saw this Twitter feed over here, and I noticed that this was like Futura to me, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird that they're using Futura.
Yeah, how to pull that off.
Right, so I right click in there and it's Flash. And I was like, oh well, the Twitter feed is in Flash. Well, that's kind of weird, but whatever. And then I click over here. And I click up here. I click up here. So basically, the
whole page is in Flash.
This is a completely Flash website.
Right.
Doesn't look like a Flash website, and so it's kind of confusing as to why it is a Flash website.
So we started.
I don't really get it. And so speaking of the type, it's like I think they're into type. I mean, they've kind of like paid attention to type, but Flash is horrible at type. I mean,
it really is.
I mean, it's probably not a good blanket statement to say, but I mean, in this sense, it doesn't work that well. This is kind of hard to read.
Right.
The spacing's not that good. The Futura, it just maybe because it's black and maybe there's not quite enough spacing between the lines. It doesn't quite render that well. And we're on a Mac. Right. One thing you might not be able to hear is that I'm on a Mac and it's going shh. Right, it's Flash.
It's using a lot of
whenever you look at Flash on a Mac, and that's whatever.
Yeah, you are pushing it.
But it's just confusing to me because I tried to find stuff that would make me say, okay, this is why they use Flash, because it has this cool interactive feature or
it's
whatever.
Going to do something when you go from
but
page
it doesn't.
to page,
I mean, not that I've seen. It's got this little like music player thing. But
you could still pull that off in Flash in a largely HTML site.
Right, you could have that as a Flash thing. Maybe you navigate to a different page and it goes away.
Yeah, why not?
No, I'm saying like if it wasn't Flash, if this whole page wasn't Flash and I was playing music, when I go to a different page, it's going to go away, right?
You could have gotten around that though.
You could have figured something out, and that doesn't seem like a reason to do a whole basically text-based website.
No, because the other side of that is that I'm sure. Have you turned Flash off to look at this?
I didn't.
It looks like some kind of like Flash framework, right? Yeah,
it's probably the Gaia framework, which is really cool.
So when you do that, and you still have to have that accessible version of the site or whatever.
Yeah, and
you're going to go to great pains to do that. Why not just make it in Flash in the first place?
Yeah,
HTML in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it has some accessibility. It's got the link, so you can deep link into pages.
Yeah.
So that's good, but I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't understand
why this site is in Flash.
Yeah.
Because
we're legitimately saying we don't get it.
Yep.
So somebody help.
Yep. And call that a day.
It's a day.
All right. See ya.